Here at Secret World, we see all too often how plastic can injure wildlife. These are examples of wildlife casualties that have got caught up in netting and, if they hadn't been found, would have died a slow death. This female snake slipped through the netting covering a pond to safeguard the fish from herons, which are common in Somerset. However, having eaten something like a frog, she could not get back through the netting because of the bulge in her body. Fighting to get free, she became more and more tangled. The lady at the house called Secret World to help the snake, and it is now being assessed. Simon and Sarah are carefully removing the netting from her body. The snake will need a period of recovery for her wounds to heal before she can be released.
Your blood or constriction? That's your, no severing as such.
Unfortunately, the spines of a hedgehog mean that they do often get tangled in netting. This can cause terrible injuries, particularly if the hedgehog is a growing animal. As they grow, the netting bites into the skin, creating wounds that eventually become infectious.
That was the winner, that one, wasn't it?
It's important that all the netting is removed, and with all the spines, it's not easy to see. Katie makes sure that the hedgehog is free of netting using her head torch. The hedgehog will stay with us for a few days, having a daily check to make sure there is no netting that has been missed and that the skin hasn't been broken. She will then go back to where she was found. A roebuck has been found tangled in electric fencing wire and in a ream. The finders have bravely pulled it out of the water and waited for Simon and Chris from Secret World to come and help. Chris holds the back legs as Simon removes most of the wire from the buck's antlers, but Simon is aware that the deer is in shock and wants to get him back to Secret World as soon as possible. They then put him in a deer crate to get a final assessment back at Secret World. Covering the crate with a blanket makes the deer feel safe and helps cut down the trauma. Deer often go blind with stress, which means there is a few days that wounds can be treated before the sight will return, and then they are very difficult to handle. He will go into the padded deer unit for a few days. It's time for the grass snake to go home. Charlotte is taking it back to near where it was found, although the finder didn't want it back in her garden. Snakes are best contained in a pillowcase for travelling and then placed in a carrier. Charlotte carefully removes it and gently places it on the ground. The collar behind the head of the grass snake's head can vary from yellow to red, but this is a distinctive marking, making it easy to identify them. They are amazing swimmers, and it's a lovely sunny day and the snake will be warm and able to move quickly. Sliding through the grass, the snake makes her way, thankful to be free again. The roebuck has recovered his sight and is fit and well. They have covered his head to calm him down. Capturing them is not always easy, so Katie has helped Simon. Simon and Chris are taking him home. He's placed in a crate so that the deer cannot hurt himself in the journey back to his release site. The finders have been told that he's going for release and are joining them to see him go. The trolley makes the taking of the deer to the right field easier. They are really heavy. Given a few minutes to allow the deer to get used to his surroundings, Simon opens the door and the buck is quick to run away. A replay, a second chance to see him go. It doesn't matter how long you have been involved in wildlife care, releases are always special, the best part of our job. But remember, more awareness about the responsible disposal of litter and plastic means that you too can save lives. Please click subscribe below to see future Secret World videos. Also, click like if you've enjoyed this video. Thank you. Okay.